Hello there, Ed. So lovely to see you.
Hey, Rush, how are you?
I'm great. It's been a while, isn't it, since we've spoken? But I saw you a couple of years ago, didn't I? You came to me in 2020 during beginning of lockdown,
Yes,
and yes, I just wanted to ask you a few questions about how you've been getting on after our
yeah,
series of sessions.
absolutely. Fire away. You are a very useful, helpful, and lovely person. So you can have
Oh.
the time you need.
It was an absolute pleasure treating you as well, helping you. So before working with me, how are you feeling?
Well, the reason for starting that work was just a high level of anxiety that I wasn't used to. It's not something that had been in my life before. Therefore, it was not something I had any kind of way of coping with. And until you have it, you don't know that it does this. But once it's there, it spreads. It spreads into every bit of your life, and it affects all of your life. It affects your work and your relationships and this, that, and the other. And I just wanted it gone. So, and I can't remember how we got into the conversation of it. I think you put something online or something, and it just came at the right time. I was like, that I'm going to try that. Let's have a conversation about that. Let's see how that works. So
Yeah, so
that's
glad.
a way. So I was looking to get that fixed.
Yeah, I was really glad that you decided to try it, a new method. So during our sessions, what did you find changed, and what was impacting you the most?
Well, as you go through the sessions, the one thing that you'd see if you did these sessions, the first days, you start with a kind of a ranking of how you're feeling, and that was interesting just to see where I forget what was my levels of anxiety, whatever, but you could see that they were coming down. You could oh, okay, because you don't necessarily feel that in the moment, and then we'd end with a session of the kind of hypnotherapy bit, and I would always be out like a light. And so every session I left with two thoughts, or what are two feelings? One, of being incredibly relaxed when it finished, and two, because you picked a script, and I knew that just because of the speed I would go off each time, and I knew that was happening. I knew I was going under. Therefore, I knew that something in that script was being done in there while I was away with the fairies, whatever.
You're such a great client, Ed. I remember how you were questioning it quite a bit at the beginning. You were quite analytical, weren't you? And so that I could notice the change in you as the sessions went. You were just more open to it, I think, weren't you?
I think I am open to anything that I am able to question hard and understand. And again, that's the thing about it. I wouldn't have done whatever it was, a dozen sessions with you if I didn't think that they were working. And I wouldn't have done 2 sessions with you if I didn't think you knew what you were talking about and there was something behind it. And that's why I questioned it, and I questioned it really hard till I got it, till I understood it. And I've done the same with things like acupuncture, right? But it worked a treat for my sciatica, but I wanted to question the hell out of it first because I didn't understand it. There you go.
I was so emotional, Ed. You made me really happy. It makes me happy when I see, other people improve like this. So I remember where you were at that point. Oh gosh, honestly, I should have brought some tissues. After the course of the sessions, how do you feel now?
Yeah, good. It's right. And here's the thing. Did it solve the underlying issue? No, it didn't, because the underlying issue was something I had to go and do. Right? End of story.
Yeah.
Did it get rid of the paralyzing anxiety so that I could actually live my life and do the things that I need to? Yes, it did. So it allowed me to get clear of that, then see it much more clearly, then make the choices that I had to make. It's as simple as that. So, and as a, I remember there were sessions that we put in on specific days when I was feeling it, when it was really bad. So sometimes I would just use it as a, sorry, my language. I can't really breathe today. I need to do a session. Right, simple as that. So some of it was just like acute, do something
I
now.
remember those times. Wow, I do remember them.
And
It's
other
coming
ones
back.
were the more kind of, this is a chronic thing, let's just do a course of it until you get through it, and then can see the world clearly enough to deal with it and what you got to do. So how do I feel now? My life is fundamentally different than it was then, and yeah, it's all good.
I'm so happy for you. Yeah, that's great. It's great to see you laughing, smiling.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, would you recommend people to work with me?
Not in a million years. I think you're an awful person. Yes, of course I would. Of course I would. Without hesitation. Yeah, of course, right. And again, it just, I mean, I guess it'll work for a bunch of different things, because you've talked to me about sleep. My sleep issue was not going to sleep. It was that because the anxiety was there, I would wait 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and it didn't matter when I woke up. I was just awake, because by the time you've done that, within a minute, the anxiety is like blooded in or crept in or whatever, and you just like. And then the recording that you gave. So I was probably not a very good candidate in this regard, because I didn't always play the recording when I went to bed, because I fall asleep. No matter what, I could be having the worst time in the world, I will fall asleep in a heartbeat, but that will last a few hours, and then I will wake up, and then everything will come crowding in, and that's when I used to play that recording. And on a really bad night, I'd play it twice, and by the end of the second time I'd be asleep. But on a averagely bad time, I would play it once, and by the time I got to the end, I would have gone back into that state, and I would be asleep. And
I wanted to ask you,
massive,
actually, I didn't ask you, how many years had you been suffering like that?
Where were we? 2022, probably, maybe 3.
2-3 years. Yeah.
Yeah. And
fine. It's great.
yeah, it's very good. It's very good.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Ed.
Clearing your head and helping you take the decisions that you need to take is what I found. But just clearing that anxiety, clearing that way, and allowing you, if you've not slept, you wake up at 2 in the morning, and then you go to work at 8 in the morning, you've already done 6 hours, you're knackered by the time you do that. So anything that can get you to just go back to sleep and have those magical 4 or 5 extra hours is a win.
You could interact with other people better as well, because you have more.
I wouldn't be such a grumpy bugger in the morning. Something like that.
Not anymore.
No, plenty of sleep now.
That's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful to hear. So, well, thank you so much for this.
That's quite all right. I wish you all the luck in the world, and anyone that works with you, I recommend it heartily. You're a star.
Thank you so much. You take care, Ed, and we will speak again soon. Take care. Bye.